Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sketching Up. This is episode 79. We're almost at 80. We're almost at 100, which is crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about.
Whoa.
79 of Sketching Up is Chris, Kyle, and Matt back with you again here on Schnabel Studios. You can check out everything on Schnabel Studios at Schnabel Studios on any Instagram, Facebook. I want to get that out of the way quickly because I have a more fun read for Schnabel Studios. So follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere you want to do social media. We definitely do social media, but you're definitely going to want to follow that stuff because a new Mad Props will finally be coming out. I think I said last episode it's going to be coming out the next week. There's a little bit of scheduling conflict. So there's one already in the chamber, recorded, ready to be released. And there's one coming out this week that is going to be with Jason Page, the original singer of the Pokemon theme song, which goes perfectly with this episode, by the way. Perfectly with this episode.
That's awesome.
So that'll be coming out on this week. So stay tuned to all the Schnabel Studios to check out that new episode of Mad Props. I'm just pumped about Mad Props because it's been something I love, and I haven't done it in months. I just checked. The last Mad Props was 8 months ago. Just crazy to think about. I used to do them like every week. So it's been a minute, but it'll be back. There'll be 2 new episodes coming out, one this week, one after that, but there are 2 ready to go. So excited for that. Follow Schnabel Studios on everything to keep updated with that. If you're watching us, you can listen anywhere you get your podcast. If you're listening, you can watch us on YouTube. You can also watch us on Spotify, which is really cool to think about. So before we get started with anything, it's been about 2 weeks. We missed last week. Let's catch up. Let's just talk about what we've been doing. Kyle, school's almost over.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Honestly, let's start with Kyle, because for Kyle, it's been about a month. You know, I got all this slack for missing a month. And Kyle misses a month. We just kind of move on from it. So
I was wondering
right in the beginning. It was coming right in the beginning.
Karma was going to rear its head.
First thing.
Karma was rearing his head and getting ready.
At least we knew why I was gone. So,
Hey,
Kyle, what have you been up to?
You know what?
Yeah, why were you
gone?
gone?
You right. Kind of disappeared, you know. Took my own little sabbatical. But I've been just chilling. I'm excited, man. Like, bless these children in the future of America, because boy.
Oh God!
All I'm saying is, hey man,
Kyle, I don't think it's a good thing for you to be saying that when you are the one teaching them.
Hey dog, there's some things you can't teach, dog. There's some things you can't teach, like common sense, dog. You can't teach common sense, dog. You can't teach common sense, and you can't teach maturity, bro. Like that's only 2 things life or your parents can give you, dog. Like, but now, like the kids are funny, but it's just, you know, it's summer. It's almost springtime. It's hot outside. The hormones are raging.
Prom season.
Bro, like
prom
bro,
season.
Yeah, it's
bro,
prom season.
I can tell you some stupid stories from prom, bro. Normal inner city school stuff. It's hilarious, I think. So much drama going on.
So is this, are all these different pieces here? Is that why, you know, dealing with the kids, dealing with prom season, graduation season, school's ending, football starting, all this stuff?
It is. It's a lot. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like football is such a time consumer because it's like, especially like in the beginning parts, it's just like hard work. So it's just constant.
That reaction, hard work.
It's just like that's what it's like. That's what it's like.
That's great.
Literally what
that
it's
was
like.
great.
It's just like you got one person sitting there like hard work. Like, you know, remember that little commercial, the hard work, that whole thing? Like you got one person singing that song with his soul, and the rest of us are like.
I think that was Gatorade. I think that was a Gatorade commercial.
Yeah, that was Gatorade.
Gatorade
commercial. Yep.
They're not Coke. It's not Powerade. It's not Coke, so I don't drink it.
But you know the commercial, it stuck with you somehow.
Oh well, yeah, man. Like
We
mass programming TV. It's beautiful.
we see
Oh
where your
yeah.
allegiance
Bro. I
lies.
didn't tell you where I
He
live.
won't do any gators. Yeah, he won't do any gators.
Whoa. What you talking about? 2 times national championship. What you talking about? Boy? I'm GA to my core, boy. What you talking about? What is you talking about? That's where my allegiance lies. I committed to
That was
the Chiefs.
amazing. That
You
was
still
amazing.
haven't said the team. I don't know what team it is. You haven't said it.
Hey, bro. What state am I from?
I'm gonna fade away into the blackness now. I'm gonna
yo,
get
you're
out
a
of this
big
one.
Georgia Tech guy.
Oh,
I'm signing off.
why? Why do you keep poking the bear? Why are
So
you poking
fun.
the
It's
bear?
just so fun. There he goes. He's gone.
He's gone. He's
Well,
gone.
since
he's gone. You
since
had
he's
to do
gone, we'll
it.
wait for him to come back. And we'll go to you. What have you been doing, Matt? What has your last 2 weeks been? Last time anybody's heard from us, we just watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that was the last time. Amazing movie. And again, still reeling from that movie, to be honest. But the last 2 weeks, it's been Matt trying to find himself. For the
Nice.
listeners and everybody, a couple weeks ago, I sadly lost my job. They did a big layoff at my job, so I've just been trying to figure out what I want to do, and I kind of came together with myself, and I decided maybe I start doing, digital marketing, social media marketing for small businesses around in my area. And so I'm going to just start a small little company and do that. And, or I got some clients. So, it's been a packed full 2 weeks just trying to figure that all out, but I'm excited. If any of our listeners need social media help, just hit me up. I'm here. No free ads, I know.
It's not a free ad at the end, right?
But yeah.
Plug yourself.
Yeah, right. But yeah, dude, it's been fun to, not have to go through the grind of work and just kind of sit back and figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And that kind of popped in my head, and it seemed like it was a good fit. So that's where Matt is right now.
That's amazing. I'm glad that you're able to find that so quickly. After get in touch with yourself.
That's good.
Yeah, just a lot of meditation and cartoons. That's what it was.
That's kind of the same thing.
Good.
By the way, I don't know if you saw the group text from Sunday. That was 10-year, and 21st was the 10-year anniversary of Steven Universe, the pilot episode airing. 10 years.
I know. I saw that.
I mean, honestly,
showing 5 seasons. So he's been off the air for 5 years.
Honestly, that was such an iconic show on like a lot of different levels. Personally, like that's the first. That's like outside. Now this is a total bias, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of Class of 3000, that's the best music I've heard from any animated series. That beats the Goofy movie for me. Like, in Goofy movie had the best soundtrack to me. Bro, Tevin Campbell killed that eye to eye, but what?
No. You can't compare.
Hold on, eye to eye is a bump.
We can't compare a movie to a TV show, though.
Hey, bro, I'm just comparing.
You gotta compare. You gotta be on an even playing field. Of course, movies are gonna have great soundtracks. It's like half the thing, right? You gotta sell the soundtrack.
I know, but for a TV show to have as good of a soundtrack as a movie is telling you how good that soundtrack is all I'm saying.
Yeah. And by the way, I think Schnabel's still in timeout with the Georgia Tech comment, so let's calm down.
He never corrected me.
Because what's known don't gotta be said, bro. I just barked in the background, bro. Like, we already know what's up. Bro, I love Atlanta so much, but God knows I don't love the college that's there. Come on, bro. The only college I acknowledge that's in Atlanta is Georgia State. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oof.
There's only one school that's king in the state of Georgia. and it's called the University of Georgia. UGA. Number 1. Bulldog. Them dogs. Dogs, okay? Not a
Why do
dog.
you
The dogs.
dog
DAWGS, boy. Dogs.
Z
No, we can
not
spell.
S.
No.
Dogs.
Dogs. The hard S. Dogs.
I love Kyle. No,
We can
we can
spell in
spell.
Georgia.
Okay,
What
we
you
can
talking
spell.
about? DAWGS. Dogs. Oh!
Fantastic.
Uh,
Do it again. Yep.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Yep. Here he goes.
Woo!
Woo!
What you talking about? There is no mistaking, boy. No mistaking, boy. That red and black.
Oh, I'm making this into a promotional video for University of Georgia and sending it there.
It should be. It really should be.
I'm doing it. I'm making it. I'm cutting it up, and I'm making it. I'm just gonna send it to them. And be
I
like,
hope
hey,
you
pay
include
me a
the
couple
blank
money.
stares of you and I just looking at. I look down, look at you. We're just staring at him. Let him do his thing.
No. Only if you knew how much of a cult religion college football is in the South. Dog, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Why do you think they all have like the same nicknames? Like Bulldogs is used all the time, Panthers is used all the time. Like, why do you think they just use the same things?
Because we're
You're a
all
big
fans.
college football guy.
Because we're all fans, bro.
Yeah, but like I'm not talking like no.
Oh,
I mean
oh,
like
like
the
realistically?
Bulldogs as the Bulldogs as the name like for 80 schools. They're all named
yeah.
the Bulldogs. Like I went to Gonzaga. We're the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Like
True.
like they all there's a ton of Bulldogs. Like why do you think they all pick the same names?
It's probably
Doesn't Yale have a
Yale
bulldog
Bulldogs
too?
as well.
I think it's one of those like intimidating things. That's actually a great question because like the only school that I went to that had a weird mascot was my undergrad at Kennesaw State because they're owls.
Owls isn't that weird. What is
Yeah.
Stanford's official one? I know their mascot's a tree.
It's a
Yeah,
tree.
but what is? They're not the trees.
Oh.
What is there?
I thought they were the red. I thought they were like the Red Oaks or something.
No, I don't think. Are they?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
look it up because I don't think they are. I don't know what they are though. So I guess like the Cardinals.
Well, so if you don't call it a mascot, what are you calling
It
it?
is their mascot.
It's a cardinal. Okay, so
No,
look,
it's a pine tree.
Okay, look. Stanford's team name is Cardinal, referring to the vivid red color, and the university does not have an official mascot.
Well, that second.
It says Stanford
Yeah,
tree. I just said Stanford, and it's mascot. It said Stanford.
Yeah, the Stanford tree is their mascot. 100% their mascot.
Hey, bro, I'm just reading off of Wikipedia.
Yeah, but I have what
Kyle's
Kyle's reading too. Also, yeah, Stanford does not officially have one, but the tree, which is a member of the Stanford band, has been mistaken as the school's mascot, but it's not.
Interesting. That's interesting. I wonder why they picked a tree. Maybe because it's original. Like, and then there's a couple schools that they want to go out of the box, so they just do their school color, like Syracuse orange or Alabama crimson, Tide. So,
I've never understood
anyway,
that either. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't.
Or
crimson tide. Like, you would think it'd just be like red.
North Carolina Gamecocks. That's my favorite.
Dog. Like, yeah, cockfighting. That's so weird. Pause, I guess.
Whatever. This isn't a college football thing. It was just, I guess I just thought of that as we were going across there. But speaking of going across, I went across the country. That's why I was not here. My girlfriend Mary graduated from law school, and we went from Spokane, Washington, where the Gonzaga Bulldogs are, to Hartford, Connecticut. We took a full week doing that. We stopped a couple places, which was really nice. We stopped in Teddy Roosevelt National Park. We stopped in Chicago. We stopped at Notre Dame, another college.
Ooh, okay, Schnabel.
And then we got here. But I will say, when we were in Chicago, I got 2 comic books. Okay. First one could be shocking. because it's not Marvel. It's not independent. I got DC's Peacemaker, the new one that just came out. Oh, it's just down to us. I guess we'll just keep going. And then when Matt comes back, we'll catch him up. I got the Peacemaker, the new Peacemaker that just came out. I haven't read it yet, so I don't even know if it's good. But I like Peacemaker, the show, and it looked like it was kind of based on that. And then you're going to like this. I finally got it. And I sent it in the group text, but I finally got it. I have not opened it yet. It's called The Microphone Misfits. And you're supposed to listen to this. Let me turn my mic because it's gone. You're supposed to listen to this while you read this. So, like, I'm so interested in doing this. I did realize I don't have, like, a CD player. So I have to figure that part out.
Probably
you're supposed to. Yeah, but I want to, like, totally. Should I open it up right here so we can look at how it looks?
Why not?
Why not?
Does your computer have a CD drive? I
don't think so.
No
new computers do. No new computers do. The new ones don't.
Yeah, I do have an old laptop that might have one, but I did buy an external hard drive. I mean, not hard drive, but external disc player.
So I have not. This is the first time I'm opening this. I have not opened it yet. Kind of has like a Boondocks style, like
it does.
Thing, it's but like, if you look, hold on, let me show this really quick. If you look over here, it has the track listing on the side. Is it blurry? Can you see it? I'm trying to see. It's kind of
blurry on my end, but I'm gonna rewatch it and see it.
So it has the track listing. There's 13 songs. It says who it's written by. It says who the art is by. All that stuff. The intro is by DMC.
Ooh.
Like a Run DMC.
I like that.
That's so interesting. Yeah, so I'll give it a read. I'm gonna have to find it somewhere because it has. This is issue 4. Oh, look at the back. The back is like real photos.
Oh, that's cool.
Of them. Hey, Matt joined us again.
Hey, Matt.
So I am doing this on my phone, and my phone completely overheated. It did the temperature thing where it said it needed to cool down.
I had a problem like that on one of my recent Mad props, and the person took a pack of sausages and put it behind their phone.
I put my phone like prop. I put it on the windowsill to cool down.
So what I was just talking about, I was talking about my trip, and I said in Chicago, I stopped at the comic book store, and the first comic I got was one that is out of the box. I did not text you guys, out of my box at least.
Right.
It is a DC comic. I got the new Peacemaker that just came out.
Very nice.
I want to read it. I like the show, obviously. I didn't read, but I flipped to see what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be just like the show. So I got a DC comic. I hope you're proud of me.
I am so proud. And then, like, that just made my week. That made my week.
We were just going through the opening of the Microphone Misfits, the one I was telling you about with the CD. You're supposed to listen to the CD as you go. We were looking at the art style. I said it looks a lot like the Boondocks.
Yeah.
If you read the Boondocks comics. And then on the other side here is the track listing of the whole thing. And then the opening is by DMC of Run DMC, which was crazy.
That's awesome.
And then on the last page here, this is what we were on before you came back, is like real life pictures of the crew that is a part of the whole thing.
That's sick.
So this is it. This is issue 4 of, I guess it's a series because it says the Escape from Babylon issue 4 of the series. So I'll read it and let you guys know what I think. But we just did a little unboxing of it right here on the stream. So
that's sick. Those look awesome.
Cool.
The Microphone Misfits featuring Mega Ran. That's what this issue is. It's the Microphone Misfits for anybody trying to look it up. They're Chicago, I guess Chicago artists, you would say, right?
Yeah.
They do the comic and they do the show and stuff like that. So you want to look that up, you can. If you're in Chicago, go to Chicago Comics. It's half a mile from Wrigley Field. That's where I got this from. But you can't find any issues other than 4 and 5. So I hope you want to start at 4 or 5 like I am, because you can't find anything else. The last thing, so we get back to Hartford, and then we come on the 21st on Sunday, we get invited, me and my girlfriend get invited by Joe Brown to come to the Pokemon Regionals, which was held in Hartford, the Regional Championships, which is held in Hartford. And so we went there and checked it out. And I did a doodle, which will be available this week. Very short doodle, but it has a little bit of behind the scenes of that. So let's see a short clip of that, and then we'll get back to it. We're here at the Hartford Pokemon Regional Championships. Joe Brown is here. He got me in, and we're going to take a look around really quickly. Welcome to Sketching Up Doodle. If you're new to the card game, you can go to the first time booth where you actually get to get cards for free. They put together a whole team for you, and once you put together the team, you get to battle other people and learn how to play the game. So that doodle will be available for anybody that wants to watch it this week. So you can go on our YouTube page. Doodles are only available on the YouTube page. So go on the YouTube page, Schnabel Studios, look there, you'll find it. You can see the behind the scenes there. But I'll just give you a little bit about what happened there and what it was all about. So it was the regional championships. So there's a bunch of different regions, obviously. This was the East Region Championship. It was 3 days, but I wasn't here on Friday. We had a game on Saturday, so I was only going to Sunday. I went to see Joe Brown. People that listeners of the show know who Joe Brown is. He's been on a bunch of times. He's been on Mad Props. He's been on every show that's on this little collection here. And he is a commentator for Pokemon, the official Pokemon channel. He is one of the commentators on there. And he, invited us out, told us to come out. We got to watch him do his thing, which is really cool. We got to watch him call a couple matches, which is just great. He's so good at what he does. But you walk in, the first station's like the beginner station where you can learn how to play Pokemon. They give you full deck. You go through, you pick your deck, you pick all the cards that go with it, all 60 cards, and then you get to actually they'll show you how to play the card game. So Mary and I played the card game against each other for a little bit and kind of learned how to do it. And then we bought, I don't have it over here, but we bought the starter kit so we could play at home and actually learn how to do this.
Oh, that's cool.
Then there was, to the right was where all the games were, all the stuff was. If you want to see any of this, again, go to the doodle. It's all on video. There's 3 stages. There's the Pokemon Go stage is the first one where they play competitive Pokemon Go, which was hype because it's all about, everyone has the same Pokemon. It was Charizard. I can't remember. Togekiss and someone else. Everyone had the same 3 Pokemon, and it was all about who tapped the fastest to get their power, their power up. That's all it was. Who could tap the fastest to get their power up? Because once you lose the 2 shields, the other person, that's it. They lost, and it'll be Charizard versus Charizard with the same moves, same everything. The same exact Charizards going against each other, which was amazing. But it was hype, and people got hype. The middle stage, which was the red stage, was the one everybody knows, the video game one on the Switch where they played each other. That's the one Joe calls, is the video game one. And then on the far stage, which I believe was the blue stage, don't remember the color schemes, might have been green. But the last stage there was for the card game. And the card game was really intense, had 2 judges staring down the players the whole time, because I guess there's a ton of cheating that goes on in that.
Oh, really?
So they keep I guess there's a ton of cheating that goes on in the card games. People putting cards back into the deck, people not shuffling, people slipping other cards in, things like that happens apparently all the time. So they have they really lock down on that, and they have 2 cameras on person at all time, 2 judges on a person at all time. So no one can get away with anything. So that's the right side. If you go to the back, there's a bunch of vendors. They have different things you could buy, like cards, collectibles, plushies, whatever, anything with Pokemon brand on it was all across the back. There was a bunch of different things. If you go to the video, they have one of the original Charizards, which is one of the most sought after cards out there. There was one there. I made sure I got that on video. But that's what it is all across. It's all just vendors. All the way to the left side of the thing is the there's side games. So you could do side card games where you can earn points, or you could do side games where you're versing each other on one of the games. I don't remember which one it was, and you earn points. You collect points, and the more points you have, the better. You can go to a prize wall, and you can get all these different prizes that were on the wall. So like, there were plushies, there were cards, there were collectibles, there was all this different stuff that you can get. So the more you won, the more points you got. The more points you got, the more you could get and stuff like that. And then the last one there was Pokemon Go Scavenger Hunt, which Mary and I did, which was you have your Pokemon Go app. You get to pick it. You get to pick a bunch of cards. You pay for each card you get. So we picked 4 cards. And then you go and you do the scavenger hunt. Like you add friends, or you catch 40 Pokemon on Pokemon Go, or you take a picture of Squirtle in front of the Squirtle poster. So you have to like take a picture of Squirtle standing in front of his own poster, things like that. And then you come in and you get a prize for that. So there was a lot of different things. It was very interactive. And in the middle was where you get to see all the trophies, the medals, and the prize packs. The prize packs were crazy. There was a medal. There was a game sheet. There was a mouse pad. There was 2 giant boxes of cards. Like they won a lot of stuff when they won that. So that's what it really all was. Again, you can see the doodle if you want to this weekend. You could kind of see what everything was. But that's kind of like a main. Oh, and the last one, which was the best one, is there was a whole row of video game consoles where you could play any Pokemon game that ever existed, other than Game Boy ones. They did not have the Game Boy ones, but they had the Switch, N64. GameCube, they had Stadium, they had Pokemon Puzzle, they had Pokemon Snap, they had Sword and Shield, they had Scarlet and Violet, they had Stadium 2, they had all that stuff lined up with the consoles. It was crazy. It was really good. And of course, the best part about it all is I got to see Joe Brown, which is like
The best.
obviously the best part of the whole thing, because I actually haven't seen him face to face since before COVID, I think. Yeah, it's been 5 years since I've seen. I mean, we talk all the time, and he's been on the podcast, and we do stuff like that. But I haven't seen him in quite a while, so it was really good to see him, and we had a really good time. We were there for like 5 hours, just doing different things, watching different people play. I learned I like Pokemon a lot, but I could never keep up with a single person in there. They just know so much about Pokemon. I am nowhere near as intelligent when it comes to that stuff. Someone that won regionals 4 years ago and Joe were talking about whatever. It was Pokemon. And I was standing there. I was trying to be in the conversation. There was 0% chance I was in that conversation. I had no idea what he was talking about. No idea what the guy was answering. I just walked away and sat down somewhere else because I had no contribution to this entire conversation. I was like, I don't know what's going on, so I'm out. So I did that, but it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. I highly recommend anybody go that has never been to a regional tournament or anything like that. Super cheap. It's like $10 for 3 days.
Really?
Definitely worth going.
I'm gonna go to one that's down here because I have never been to one. Just like I need to go to Comic Con was always on like a football weekend for me. So like it was always impossible for me to even go. And so like that's what I was trying to do, but I might do that. That might be something I do like next year.
So Joe said they move it every year. So like 1 year it was in Boston, another year it was in Charlotte, another year it was in Orlando. So it moves around. It's not always in Hartford. It's not always in Philly. It's not always in New York. It's somewhere else each time. So you just have to find out where the next one is. But it's so worth it. It really was worth it for $10. I mean, it's right in my backyard. It's $10. Yeah. I think I spent more on parking than one ticket. I think I spent $13 on parking. I spent $10 on a ticket. So it was really cool. And like I said, like we weren't really into the card games, but like they give you, it's not, you don't get anything crazy, you're not getting any crazy cards, but they give you that you don't pay for the starter decks that they give you. They like, you go through all these donated cards and you pick which ones you want. And then you go from there. And it was really cool. It was just really cool. It was a cool experience. I highly recommend it.
Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Highly recommend it.
And to get to the point where like there's guys there that know so much about Pokemon, that is, I know a lot about, DC Comics, but to know about Pokemon, that is just a whole nother level. That there's so much to Pokemon that it's, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just the amount of Pokemon that they've added since its inception into the world to now. I couldn't keep up if I wanted to.
like, dog, we're not even talking about just the fan fiction because I have a student where like that's what her obsession is like Pokemon. Like she makes like what did she do? She did the what's I think Chandelure or whatever. She
Yeah.
mixed that Pokemon with an Eevee. Bro, it looked wild. Like she gave it's crazy. Yo, she literally gave it a that whole evolve chain that Pokemon got. She gave it an Eevee form. So it was like the Eevee was like the candle. Like it was really cool how
Oh,
she
that's
merged
sick.
it. Like it was really cool how I wish I need to.
That
Oh
is
yeah,
cool.
dog. Yeah, dog. She like makes like she creates her own shiny Pokemon. So like she likes to fuse Pokemon. She has it all on her iPad. It's wild. Like it's wild. Like she's really good
It's
at it.
it's crazy how big the game, and
Yeah.
I should say the community. Let's say the community because it's not
Mm-hmm.
just the game, but how big it still is to this day. All that Nintendo stuff, man. Like we could
Mhm.
talk about the same thing with the Mario movie, how big the Mario movie is, and it's like that game came out in
Yeah.
1985 or something like that, and to this day they make a
Crazy,
movie, and
right?
it's like the highest growth. I mean, it's gonna get stomped on by Spider-Man
Yeah.
Into the
Oh yeah.
Spider-Verse 2. Like he's gonna get stomped on for animated, but like still for what it did and how I really enjoyed it. It was very base, but I loved it. I got it on digital already, so I could watch it again. So it's the third time I've now watched it. It's still very good. It's like sometimes you go into theaters and you go home and you're like, eh. Like a great example was the newest Spider-Man live action Spider-Man,
Oh
like
yeah.
in the theaters was so good. Second time I watched it, so good. When you get home, I still enjoy it, but it doesn't give you the same feeling it did in the theaters. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that the not the No Way Home?
yeah, yeah,
No
No
Way
Way
Home?
Home. No Way
Yeah.
Home. Love the movie.
What
But
did
like
we
it
just sorry, go ahead.
doesn't
My
have
bad.
the same feeling as when I watched Andrew Garfield come out in the theaters. You know what I mean? Like it was very much like, oh my God, this is happening type of thing. And like I said, I still like it. I still seen it like 80 times, but not the same feeling as it's first started.
I mean, well, okay. Well, speaking of Spider-Man, um we was we was watching Venom since we were done with finals and all of that stuff is really just babysitting. So because I teach a support math class. So like we
Mm-hmm.
was already done. We did the project and all that. So we were watching Venom and like rewatching Venom, it was cool, but then it also like God, that just made me so mad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, cause like, when you rewatch it and then you just notice stuff you didn't really notice the first time. And it was so funny because it's like me and like three other kids is so mad at the protagonist because I'm just like, dog, if you didn't like if he made better life decisions, none of that would have happened. If he would have just
Yeah.
had like if he wouldn't have had that whole I have this sense of justice and my justice is better than everybody else's way of life. If he ever got over that, he would have never lost his
And good.
girlfriend, would have never lost his job, would have been chilling, would have got the big interview with the new rich guy, would have been chilling.
Those are the movies I can't stand is when like it's such a simple, like it's almost like why would they do that and now they're angry about it. Like those kind of
Mhm.
things are like why would they do that and now it's this. Those are my least favorite types.
He
Like
reminded me of Butcher from The Boys.
yeah, but I think that's just such a different character.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Such a
totally
different
different. I'm just
character.
saying, like when it comes to like the self-deprecating habits that he got.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. But like that's just such a
Yeah.
deep character and
Oh
such a
yeah, yeah,
good
totally
character.
different. Yeah, I get Butcher's a totally different character, but I'm just saying like that one quality is what they share, and I just it just made me mad like that entire time. Like watching the was it I think the Andrew Garfield, not the Andrew Garfield, the newest one, the newest Spider-Man. We was watching the newest
No Way
Spider-Man.
Home.
Yeah, no way, not No Way
Yeah.
Home. The other one, the one right before that. Who's the newest? The
Oh,
newest. The
Far From
newest.
Home.
Yes. So we was
Well, No
watching.
Way Home is the newest one.
No, not the
No Way
newest.
Home
Newest
is
one. The one
the
before
one
that.
before that. Yeah, Far From Home.
Yes, Far From Home. Like watching that and watching like Flash intimidate Peter that whole time. My brain was like, bro, if I'm Spider-Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if I got super strength, even if I'm not supposed to show y'all I'm Spider-Man, I'm still going to punch out Flash one good time.
See, but that's the thing. You don't have to do that because remember in the original one, this is just talking about the movies. We're not even going to talk about what he does in the comics. Let's just talk about the movies, right?
Yeah.
In the original one, he dodges all the punches and then hits them once.
True.
Right? He doesn't just kick the living snot out of him. He like dodges all the shots and then hits him once. And like that's it. That's the end of it. Like that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to demonstrate how much of it is. It doesn't dominate him now. He doesn't have to give anything away. You know, he just has to make him look like a fool. And then now they're beating him up this so much, but in a high school setting, make him look like a fool. He's going to be down for life.
Yes.
I didn't like a lot of the ways they went with the characters and that, and not because of anything like other than they changed the characters because they changed like Spider-Man's backstory. The biggest problem with the trilogy in my eyes, was that they took Spider-Man and like he was supposed to be like Iron Man Jr. And that's just not right. You know, like that's just not near what the comics were. So like I enjoyed the movies because I love Spider-Man. Like I love it. So I enjoyed the movies. I thought they were watchable. I thought they were pretty good, things like that. But one thing I just couldn't stand was that's why I loved the end of No Way Home so much, because at the end of No Way Home, it reset everything. So now you can make him the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You can make him, he's lost everything. This is what Spider-Man is. People forget it took 150 issues or something like that for there to be a happy ending at the end of a comic. At the end of every comic, there was something bad that happened to Peter. At the end of every single comic for like the first 150, it might have been 100, 150, something like that. Something bad happens to him. And people forget that. Like, he's not supposed to have happy endings. That's the whole point. That's the great power comes great responsibility. That's the whole point. He's not supposed to have happy endings. He's supposed to end sad. He's supposed to end down, even though he has all this power, even though Spider-Man gets all this love. There's so much he's struggling with in life. Like there's so much he has to overcome, except for Aunt May in the comics. Aunt May in the comics, I could do away with her. She's just such a burden to Peter. I get he loves her and all that. Such a burden. Uncle Ben, man, took the easy way out. She's such a burden. It's tough. It's tough. But in all seriousness, like that's how it's supposed to go. So that's why I like the end of No Way Home so much. How do we get to Spider-Man?
I'm gonna be real with you. I just asked the kids what they wanted to watch, and somebody was like, "We're gonna watch Venom."
Oh, and then you brought up Venom, and yeah.
And then we watched Venom. Then somebody was like, "Well, I wanted to watch Spider-Man," so then we watched Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man's a great one to go.
I know it's a great one, but I was like, first they wanted to watch the Toby. I said, "No, we're not watching Toby. We ain't doing Toby.
Y'all don't deserve that.
Y'all don't deserve Toby. They didn't deserve Toby because I almost watched the one where he had the Venom suit, and I was like, y'all don't deserve Toby. We're not going to watch him go through his emo stage because I don't feel like hearing y'all talk junk to my boy about his emo stage. I'm not doing that. You know how these kids
that's just the third one, right? Isn't that just the third one?
That's the third one.
Yeah. Number 1 was great. Number 2 is like a top tier superhero movie ever.
Yeah,
I think. You think it's so? I think Spider-Man 2, the one with Doc Ock, I think it's up there.
I like the one with Doc Ock, but I'm more fond of the first one.
Well, of course you're more fond of the first one because it's like very nostalgic. But like as an actual Spider-Man movie goes, I think number 2 is I think number 2 is way up there. Spider-Man's has its ups and downs. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2 might have been one of the worst. I mean, it's not the worst because there's the Green Hornet and the Green Lantern and Elektra and stuff, but it's probably up there in worst superhero movies to ever be put out there. But anyway, all that being said, go to your Pokemon Regional.
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. We got all off Pokemon.
No, that's fine. I mean, I could talk Spider-Man all day, but Pokemon Regional is great. There's going to be a doodle on it coming up. And again, new Mad Props this week. It's going to have Jason Page on it. Jason Page, the original Pokemon theme song singer, which is going to be really fun. So definitely check that out as well. You can catch all of this on Sketching Up. You can catch all of Sketching Up, I should say, on all of our social media, Schnabel Studios on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. We make any others? Not yet, right? What are the new ones coming up? Blue Sky? You got to get invited onto that. Blue Sky is a new one. It's supposed to be replacing Twitter. Actually, there's also I think Facebook's doing one to try to replace. Everyone's trying to replace Twitter, but Twitter's not going anywhere.
Twitter,
it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere, guys.
Twitter will forever be goated, bro.
It'll be there. Twitter Blue, Elon Musk, doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. So you're not gonna find any of that. You can catch old episodes of Sketching Up on Schnabel Studios on YouTube. You can also catch it on anywhere you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify. What else are we on?
You know what I'm saying? You just got to be the very best. You know what I'm saying? You can get it on. You can get it on the antenna. You can get it from the aliens. You can get it from the mobile.
Anywhere, literally anywhere. But if you have a mobile device, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all that stuff, we are there. If you look up Schnabel Studios, you can find everything within the Schnabel Studios realm. Like I said, there's going to be a new Mad Props coming out this week. Another one will be following shortly after. We already have 2 in the chamber, and there's going to be more. I have a couple other guests lined up, which I'm very excited for Chris and Kyle, and a little bit of Matt. Had some technical difficulties. I think he can still hear us, but we can't hear him. Probably can. This has been another episode of Sketching Up. Thank you for joining us for 79 episodes. Next episode 80 will be coming out real shortly. We actually teased an episode that we need to do. We still haven't done the weapons draft thing. Kyle doesn't even really know about it yet, I don't think, but we will definitely get to that. Obviously, we took a week off. Now we're back to this. Yeah, I know, right? But we'll definitely be getting back to that. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Sketching Up. We will see everybody later. Deuces. Later. Bye from Matt as well.